Hello, I'm Andrew with the Iron Range Engineering Bell program, and I'm here to answer a common question that we get asked, which is, what does a normal week look like at the Bell program? Well, to start, we've got our little board, right? So that represents our 7-day week. So Sunday, that's your day. So we're not doing Bell program activities there. Saturday is the same. So enough said on those days. However, what does a normal day at the school look like? So we're going to walk through that. So 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Mondays is a seminar. We actually get there at 7:45, but for all sakes and purposes, let's call it 8 to 9. During this seminar, we're doing things that are framing the week. Each week at the Bell Academy looks a little different. However, each week starts with some sort of framing event that we call seminar, where we're going to talk about what assignments are due, what is coming up, different activities that we'll be doing together. After this seminar, at some point during the day, you will have two 2-hour classes. So of those 2-hour classes, you will have picked which classes you are taking. So you won't be taking the same classes student to student. But this is your day essentially on Monday. So you have 2-hour blocks, that's 4 hours, and your 5th hour here. But the expectation in the Bell Academy is that you have content that you can do from about 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So your day in the Bell Academy, we'll put that right up here, is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. So we are mimicking and preparing you for co-op, for industry. And everything that we do here is modeled after things that are done in industry. From the framing week, morning session, to having smaller meetings throughout the day, but a lot of individual work time. And that's what we're going to cover here in a second. So you'll notice that's only 5 hours of that 8 to 9 hour day. After those hours, you have individual work time that you'll be working on things that you need to get done. Maybe it's an assignment or a research project for one of these classes. Maybe it's a personal project, or the most important thing is job search. And we'll get to that in a sec here. So Tuesdays, what do those look like? Tuesdays are typically a day where we are trying to build you up professionally. So everything that we do is meant to have you wherever you start. Some are going to start here, some are going to start here, some here. Every workshop that we do is intended to bring all of you up a level so that we're all growing towards this goal of thriving on co-op. So there'll be 2 to 3 workshops, typically an hour, sometimes a half-hour workshop. Again, outside of this, that is your time to do the things that you need to do, which we'll get to again in a second. The next meeting that you're going to do is on Wednesday. So this is the first thing that we start off with is a learning coach meeting. That meeting is between you and your facilitator that guides you in your job search specifically. So we're going to spend an hour together on this day going over where you at in your job search. How's it going? What is your next goal? What are you going to have done by next week? After that, we're going to have something called design class. Typically, I lead this, but sometimes we have guest speakers and different people that attend. Design class is an hour of teaching you something about design. So when you're working on a real industry project during the Bell Academy, which is something you will do, you are going to end up having some guidance in this 1 hour meeting where we're all together going over How do you generate new ideas? How do you evaluate and test those ideas? How do you frame a problem? How do you prepare for a design review? Various topics like that. The rest of your time, so this is about an hour, this is about an hour. The rest of your time on Wednesday is all project work. So you're going to be working on a real industry project for the rest of the day, and you and your team are responsible for determining what tasks need to get done this day. Thursdays, we're going to, again, do some classes, 2-hour classes. And for the most part, that is what your Thursday is going to look like. You're going to have those 2-hour classes. The time outside of that is intended to cover all of the time within this 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. to do everything that you need to do for the Bell Academy. So all of your homework, all of your papers, all of your writing, all of your project work is intended to be done in this time frame. So Friday, there are 3 things that happen typically on a Friday. IRE Talks, which are very much like a TED Talk, but a discussion series that you as students build. So each week you'll have 2 to 3 students who are doing a discussion on a modern tool, on a contemporary issue in engineering, on how engineering impacts the world. This will be typically about an 8 to 10 minute talk each. You'll do 1 or 2 workshops during the day. Again, those 1 hour, half-hour workshops. And then we'll do a cohort building activity, something fun, something engaging. We might, last semester, we went to the Ely Wolf Center to learn more about the area and learn more about the wolves in the area and to see some. We've done some shop tours of different locations and industry and really tried a few different things with the intent of you are here on campus for only 4.5 months. The rest of your time, you are working with your colleagues remotely. So for 2 years, you were on co-op working with a crew there. But outside of that, you would like to have a good, robust relationship with the other students in your program, in your cohort. So we do a more deliberate job. We have deliberate time set out, let's say it that way, where we are building those bonds. Now, the most important thing that I haven't covered in detail that you do during this time, you'll see that you have a lot of individual work time. A lot of time each day for doing your homework, doing things like that. But specifically what we want you working on constantly, so I'm going to go like this in big letters, is job search. So job search is one of the major reasons we have time set aside during these days. There is time every day so that you can get 5 to 10 applications out a week. If you have interviews, if you have things that are required that in that job search, you don't go to class, you don't go to design. You tell your project team you'll get the task done the next day. Job search is the priority. It is a massive part of what we teach you at the Bell Academy. And it is a daily activity during that individual work time. So each week is different at the Bell Academy, but this gives you a fairly clear sense at what that week typically will look like. Thank you.